Alright guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and configure Hsrp. So we're gonna configure it in this router right here, router 4 and router 5. And what's gonna happen is that we're gonna create a virtual IP. So it's gonna be like a virtual router. Think about it be located in here. And the connection, once when this Windows 10 PC wants to access this web server here, it's gonna go through this virtual gateway IP instead of going through the interfaces. Okay, that's how we're gonna set it up. It's gonna show that it goes to the interfaces, but it's actually going through the virtual IP. And I'm gonna show you how to set it up in the Windows machine, and if I have time, I'll as well on the Kali machine. So let's go ahead and set up. So router 4. So we're going to gonna go ahead and go to conft. Gonna go to the interface. So this interface here. So it's Ethernet 1/0. Then we're gonna do the key for Hsrp is standby, because there's going to be an active router and a standby router. So I guess the key word is standby. So we're going to choose Hsrp group. All right, so group number, that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to choose 1 because of the interface 1. So I'm just going to choose 1. It's going to be the same group and in the other side. Okay, we're going to do a standby, then IP. Okay, and we're going to do the IP virtual IP address, which is 10.1.9.1. The IP address must be in the same subnet as the interfaces. If not, it's going to give you an error. For example, if I do standby, let's do no standby, so I can take this out. If I were to do standby 1 IP 10.10.10.1.10.1, it's going to give me an error. Warning, address is not within the subnet of this interface. So let me take that out. So we do standby 1 IP 10.1.9.1. Okay. The next thing that we want to do is want to assign the priority. So standby 1 priority. Let's do this on 110. The default is 100, so let's do 110. We're also going to do standby 1 preempt delayed reload 90. So basically what is this going is saying, this is good to have because if a router reboots, it gives it enough time for OSPF to form adjacency. It's good to have this command. All right, and then we're gonna do authentication, and this is gonna be it's gonna be the same authentication as the one that we're gonna configure it in the other side. So it's gonna be a standby 1 authentication. Okay, MD5. So we can see here. So we have MD5, and then we're gonna do key. Is it key change or key string? Key string, because we're gonna create a text. So it's gonna be key string, and then our password is gonna be Cisco1. Okay. All right. So this is supposedly preparing from someone joining to the Hsrp setup. So it's good to have a password setup. It depends on the strength of the password. Well, MD5 has been known to have weakness, but it's better to have something than nothing, right? So standby 1, and we're gonna set up timers. The hello time is going to be 100 milliseconds. So we have to put milliseconds first. Let's see what is the, okay, 15 to 999. So let's do 100, and let's do milliseconds. Let's see which one is the minimum. Okay, 50 to 3000. So let's do 300. All right. So you have to make sure that the hello and the whole timer is 3 times as the hello timer. Okay. So this timer, the whole time is going to be 3 times as much as this timer right here. And we have to set it up in the other side as well. Okay. And we're going to use standby version 2. The difference between them, I believe, is the group number, the virtual MAC address, and the multicast address. Okay, between Hsrp version 1 and 2. In version 1 uses 224.0.0.2, and version 2 uses 224.0.0.1.02. Okay, we can go ahead and give this a name. So we can say standby 1 name, right? And we can give it a name, let's say router 4. Router 4. Let's do router 4. Okay. All right, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and exit this. And we're going to do the same thing on router 5. Okay, so router 5, our interface is going to be Ethernet 1.1. We're going to do a standby. We can do standby 1. IP address is going to be 10.1.9.1. Standby 1 priority to 120, so a higher priority. Standby 1 preempt delay reload 90. Delay reload 90. Standby 1 authentication MD5 key string. We said it was Cisco 1. Do standby 1 timers. We said millisecond for the hello time is 100, millisecond for the whole time is 300. Okay. Why do we have a duplicate address here? Where Ethernet 101? Did I set up exit here? Let's continue the interface and then I fix that. Interface 1.1. Let's see. Ethernet 1.1. Let's do standby version 2. And standby 1 name router 5. Did I set up router 4 or I put router 2 as a name? Okay, no, router 4. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Do show run. And let's see here, standby IP 10.1.9.1. Timer is, okay, priority, preempt, delay, authentication, MD5, keystring, Cisco 1. Name, standby router 1, name router 5. Let's do a do show run here. We should have this, it should be the same IP, yep. Okay, priority, preempt delay, authentication, standby router 4. Okay. Let's see here. Do show IP in brief. Okay, no, this one is that interface is .1.95. Let's do space here. Do show IP in brief. Make sure 1.94. Okay. So I guess I didn't have the same password and the same standby and the same hello as the other one. Okay.